Welcome back, yogis. We're on day 5 of our beginner yoga program. You should be so proud of yourself. You've already made it more than halfway through the week, and you're moving in your body and finding stillness in your mind. It's beautiful. Thank you so much for joining us again today. Today's class is going to be focused on twists, so let's jump right into it. All you'll need today is your mat. If you don't have that, then carpet is also fine. Let's begin in a child's pose. Knees apart, heels together. Walk the hands forward. Let the chest hang down. Maybe your forehead can touch the ground. Maybe it can't. Either way is perfectly fine. Close down the eyes. Start to deepen the breath. Nice, full, deep breaths with each inhale. Maybe you can feel your belly press into your thighs. And each exhale, you relax, you release, you melt down towards the ground. Just take a few breaths here in stillness, just to settle into this pose, to set your intention for your practice. And keep in mind, it doesn't have to be something physical. Start to bring your attention even more to the breath. And let your breath sort of be the anchor to the present moment, reminding you to let go of anything that you had going on earlier today and anything else you have planned later on. The breath is that reminder to be here now. So no matter what you're doing in your body throughout this class, as long as you're focusing on the breath, staying present in the mind, you're doing yoga. Blink the eyes open, start to lift the hips up. We come into a tabletop. Knees are under the hips, wrists are under the shoulders, and then we'll do thread the needle. So we'll start with the right arm, reach up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, reach the right arm underneath, behind the left. And then slowly set your right shoulder down towards the ground to any degree. So you don't want to have a lot of weight on the head or the neck. And then with the left hand, you can walk your fingertips forward. Create a little bit more stability. So it's a pretty deep twist. It's also stretching your right shoulder. And with the help of your left hand, start to lift your chest back up, push away, straighten the left arm, right arm reaches up to the sky. And exhale, right palm back down to the mat, underneath the right shoulder. Inhale, left arm up to the sky. Big breath. And exhale, thread the needle. The left palm is facing up towards the sky. Again, you can walk your right hand forward a few inches so you feel a little bit more stable. So now the hips are going to have a tendency to swing off to the right. So see if you can, again, pull the hips just a little bit to the left, maybe 1 or 2 inches, to feel that twist just a little bit more. Great job. Bring the right wrist underneath the right shoulder. Again, straighten the right arm. Left arm reaches up to the sky. And exhale, hands come back down to the mat. We'll do a little wrist warm up here, so keep the fingers spread wide, the arms straight, and then just start to rock left and right, and then you're going to lift up the hand and slowly start to rotate the fingers back towards the knees. Once you get to that full expression, then start to switch, reverse the rotation, the fingers start to come forward towards the top of the mat. And then internally rotate the arms, and the fingers start to come inwards, facing each other, and then again back towards the knees. Once you reach that full extent of the rotation, then again, switch the direction, start to walk the fingers out and around. And once they make it back towards the knees, you're going to stop there. And then you'll tuck the toes under, begin to sit back on the heels. The wrists will probably lift off here. You can bend one elbow and then bend the other. So we're just causing a little bit of slight compression in the wrists, which will increase the blood flow, increases the oxygen, helps with recovery. So no need to go deep. Nice and easy here. And then back to tabletop. Start to walk your hands back towards your knees, and then use your hands to lift the knees up, yogi squat, back of the mat. You can bring your hands together if you'd like, the triceps inside the knees. You can heel toe the feet out if you'd like. Maybe take a wrist release on the back of the wrists. This is all optional. And if squatting is incredibly difficult for you, then we recommend that you add just even a 1-minute squat into your morning routine. It's really healthy for the back, the hips. And it's something that we sort of lost the ability to do when we introduced chairs couple hundred years ago. Release the hands, start to straighten the legs, forward fold, back of the mat. Heel toe the feet hip distance apart. Maybe sway the hips, bend one knee and then bend the other. And then keep a bend in both knees as you inhale, halfway lift, hands to the shins, and exhale, forward fold. Again, bend the knees. This time roll all the way up to standing. Arms reach up overhead, palms touch at the top. Big breath. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, walk your hands to the top of the mat. Downward dog. Keep a bend in both knees. Start to press your chest towards your quads. And then maybe even bounce your chest down towards your quads just a little bit. Start to open up the shoulders, chest, that length between the collarbone. And then find some stillness here. Perhaps start to reach the heels closer to the ground as you straighten your legs. It's okay if you can't straighten them. It's more important to have that length in the upper back. So grip into the mat with the fingertips, push the ground away. Inhale, lift the heels, bend the knees, walk the feet to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen, hands at the shins, and exhale, forward fold. This time you're going to walk your feet to the outside edges of your mat, so it's sort of a wide-legged forward fold. And then you'll interlace the hands behind the back, send them up over your head. Start to bend the left knee and straighten the right leg, and then the hands are going to come up over to the left. So your left shoulder is pretty close to your left knee, or it's at least reaching in that direction. So you can feel this in both your right hamstring, the backside of your right leg, as well as the shoulders. And then straighten both legs, switch directions. So the right knee bends, left leg is straight. And the hands start to reach up towards the right. At the same time, your head is hanging heavy down towards the ground. Your right shoulder is reaching towards the right knee. Back up to center, release the hands. Heel toe the feet hip distance apart once again, and inhale, halfway lift, hands at the shins, the heart reaches forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing, move slowly. Arms reach up overhead. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen the spine. Exhale, step your left foot to the back of the mat for low lunge. Set down the left knee. You can untuck the toes if you'd like, and then bring both hands onto the top of your right thigh. Start to send the hips forward and down, sit nice and tall. The crown of the head is reaching up towards the sky. Start to engage the muscles on the back side of your right leg, your hamstring, your calf, your glutes. Then you're going to keep your left hand where it's at, on the right thigh. And then you'll reach your right hand behind you to your lower back. Come into a twist, so now the chest is reaching towards the right, your right shoulder is pulling back. Keep the right hand where it's at on your low back, and then release your left hand down to the mat. Come onto the left toes, and then lift the left knee up. Revolved side angle, so now the chest is still opening up towards the right. Option here to keep the right hand at the lower back, or you can extend it, reach it up towards the sky, your choice. Continue to push the ground away with your left arm and engage the muscles in the left leg to keep that left leg straight. Exhale, release right hand down to the ground, and then step the right foot back, high plank. So in high plank, we want to tuck the tailbone under, start to lift the chest up towards the ceiling, the upper back. Grip into the mat even more. And then start to shift forward, come up high on the toes, and then set the knees down. Lower all the way onto your belly. Release the feet, come onto the tops of the feet. As you inhale, lift the chest for cobra. So the elbows are pulling into the center line. Gaze is down just a couple inches above your mat. And you're gently pressing the weight into the hands to lift the chest. Engage the glutes. Last breath. And exhale, lower down. Press the hips back to the heels for child's pose. Walk both hands off the right side of your mat. And you can pin down your left hand with your right. We're here for just 2 breaths. So continue to pull your left heel or your left hip towards your left heel. Find that length in the left side body. Walk your hands back through center and off to the left. Pin down the hand and take a couple deep breaths here. Walk the hands back to center. We meet in child's pose. And just take a couple breaths here to reset. Reconnect with yourself. Reconnect with the moment. And begin to lift the hips for downward dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, walk to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift to lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way to standing. Arms reach, palms touch. And exhale, forward fold. Take the full length of the breath to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your right foot to the back of the mat. Low lunge. Gently set down the right knee, untuck the toes. Both hands come to the top of the left thigh. And then exhale, send the hips forward and down. Start to pull your left heel towards the back of the mat. And sit nice and tall. Great job, you're doing wonderful. The beauty of this practice in yoga is that it really meets us wherever we're at. Every day we step on the mat, we step on with a different body. And it's all good. We're all doing our best. And this is where we're at, and it's wonderful. Now keep your right hand on the thigh, and then reach your left hand back so that the palm is touching down on your lower back. As you come into this twist, left shoulder's reaching back. As you gently pull yourself into the twist, nothing too deep. Keep the left hand where it's at on the back, and then set the right palm down on the mat. Tuck the right toes under, lift the right knee up, straighten the right leg, and then continue with that twist in the upper back, the chest. Option here to extend the left arm up to the sky. We're here for just one more breath. Exhale, left hand down to the mat. Runner's lunge, we transition to high plank. Step that left foot back to meet the right. We're here for 3 breaths. If you need to set the knees down, you can. But just do your best. Push the ground away, grip into the mat with your fingertips, tuck the tailbone under. Shift forward, come up high on the toes, set the knees down, lower all the way down to the ground. Come onto the tops of the feet and then reach your arms out to your sides for half locusts. We're going to inhale, lift the chest up. But we're going to keep the tops of our feet down on the ground. So engage the quads, engage the glutes, lift the chest. See if you can get your hands even a little bit higher than the shoulders. Last breath. And exhale, lower down. The wrists come under the shoulders. Press back for child's pose. And then start to walk your hands back towards your hips. And find your way into a comfortable cross-legged position. However you move to get there is great. Take your time. For breath work today, we're going to be doing the same one that Flo taught on day 2, which is called Kapalbhati. So this is the breath of fire. So you should kind of already know how to do it since you've come from day 2. But I'll just do a very short summary of what this is. So first I'll just demo it so you can see what it's like. So what we're doing here is we're doing a forceful exhale, and then our lungs will naturally fill back up. So we're not doing a full inhale, we're just exhaling, and then it's a little inhale, and then exhale again. So it's this forceful exhale at the bottom of the lungs. So I'll guide you through it. If you have stuff coming out of your nose, or if you need to blow your nose first, of course, feel free, but you're probably at home, and it's totally fine to have stuff coming out. It's a cleansing type of breath work, and that stuff needs to come out anyways, so don't worry about it. So let's do it all together. So take a deep breath in, and then exhale almost to the bottom, about 90% out, and then begin. So we'll do about 30 reps. Great, deep inhale and release. Close down the eyes. Sit nice and tall. You can keep the hands on the knees, or you can bring the palms into your lap. Take a few slow, deep breaths here. And just see if you can notice a difference in your breath. Do you feel a little lighter? Can you breathe a little deeper? So breathwork can be incredibly healing for the body on so many levels. So in this beginner series, we're just giving you a very small glimpse and an introduction to different forms and different types. But there are many of them, and most often they're done for a lot longer than we do here in this video. So if you're interested in exploring a full-length breathwork exercise, then you can head over to our channel. You can find the breathwork classes. Continue to settle into this meditation with those slow, deep, relaxed breaths. With every inhale, you lengthen, the shoulders open up, the heart lifts. And with every exhale, the shoulder blades melt down the back. You release the tension in the face, especially if you're wrinkling muscles between your eyebrows or your forehead. Just relax. Let your eyelids soften if they're fluttering. Relax the muscles in the hands, the feet. Relax the muscles around the stomach, the abdomen. And release tension in any other parts of your body that you're feeling it. Become very at ease, very comfortable in your own body. Continue to keep your attention on your breath. If you need a mantra to help you stay present, to help you stay here in this moment right now, then on the inhale you can repeat in your head, "Be here now." And on the exhale you repeat, "Let it go." Be here now. Let it go. Continue that mantra on your own. If you would like to stay here in this seated position, it's perfectly fine. Otherwise, if you'd like to come into Shavasana, as you lay down on your back, you can make your way there as well. If you do so, please keep the eyes closed and just move super slow. Feel your way to the ground. There's no rush. As soon as you extend the legs, You reach your arms down. Again, release the tension in the body. And no matter what position you're in right now, bring the attention back to the breath and consider repeating that mantra. Inhale, be here now. And exhale, let it go. We'll be ending the video here, but feel free to stay as long as you'd like in this meditation. You can continue to repeat that mantra. Be here now, let it go. And we'll see you again tomorrow for day 6. Namaste.